Hey guys, this is Jill and I have a new process video. This is specifically for Tiffany. She had left a comment on a similar page I did for Gossamer Blue, and I wanted to say, hey Tiffany, this is how I made that page. I cut the exclusive file from Gossamer Blue. This was one of the July cut files out of some Fancy Pants Millie and June paper, and now I'm going to show you how I put together the background. I really wanted to use that heart washi tape. I love washi tape. I don't use washi tape though, not like I should. I have a bunch of it and I just don't use it up. So I decided to make my own paper, so to speak. I know that in the Millie and June line there was a paper similar to this, and I pretty much used that paper up. I might have some scraps, but I didn't have any large enough that were going to fit when I tried to back some of the pieces of this cut file. This is a piece of scrap cardstock, and I just simply covered it with the washi tape, and then I used that to back some areas of my cut file. So pretty easy and a great way to use up your washi. I've seen several gals use washi in a similar fashion, only they've punched it. They've also cut files with their silhouette. There's really a ton of ways you can use this stuff up. And for me, I decided quick and simple, I'll just cover the cardstock and cut out the shapes I need to back the cut file. I used a couple other pieces of the Millie and June line. Everything I used on this page is from Millie and June except for some thread from my stash, I believe. So I kept the negatives on my silhouette mat, and I used those to trace and get the shapes I needed to then back the cut file. You can also take the positive from the cut file and outline the shapes and cut that way. I find that with these large pieces, it's actually pretty easy to just keep them on your mat, grab the one you need, trace it, and then cut it. So that is how I backed this cut file. I also used the same washi tape to adhere down all of my pieces that I used to back the cut file instead of gluing. If it's an intricate cut file with smaller pieces, I typically use liquid adhesive, but when it's these big giant shapes like this that are pretty easy to manipulate and there's not a lot of headache involved with trying to get the pieces, washi tape makes it so fast, and then you avoid getting glue and sticky all over your fingers. So I love my liquid glue, but I'll use washi when I can to back my cut files. And if you're worried about your washi tape backed cut file maybe coming loose once it's completed, you can always then back the entire piece with another piece of cardstock. However, once it's in your page protector, you really don't need to worry about it. Okay, so to put the page together, I used the Puffy Alphas and the die cuts and a flare badge. These are all from Fancy Pants Millie and June collection. And this photo is an older photo. If you look at it and you were like, okay Jill, I think that you two in the middle are sisters and then the two on the ends are sisters, you would be totally wrong. This is from the left, my niece April, then me, my niece Katie, who is April's sister, and then my sister Amy. I have a big family. I'm the youngest out of 6. My older siblings are a significant amount older than me, so I have nieces and nephews as close to me in age as I do my own siblings. So yeah, I am related to these blondies, and actually my niece Katie with the brunette hair, she's naturally a blonde, and I am, yeah, we like to color our hair in our family. So anyway, the title of this page is My Family, My Crazies. I didn't know what else to say. We were just being dumb. I think this was Thanksgiving at my mom's house, maybe like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Probably more like 6 years ago. It was before I was ever pregnant with my girly. So yeah, it could be even older than that. I really don't know. And I found it in a stack of photos at random. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm pretty sure I haven't scrapped this yet, or if I have, I don't remember doing it. So scrapping this photo. I am embellishing with the little die cut banner, adding in some navy thread from my stash. You saw earlier I made a little nest for my flare badge. That's typical what I like to do on my pages, especially with flare. And then I added in a little bit more thread underneath where those die cuts are going to go at the bottom of the photo. And then I punch out with that heart punch, or I think maybe I use both those heart punches. I punch out with the same pattern papers that I used to back the cut file and mat my photo. So I was keeping everything fairly consistent once I chose the pattern paper I was going to use. I used all the same patterns over and over. When I backed the cut file, I did trace the pattern papers in different directions. So as you can see, like the gold stripes are going in different directions. The multicolored stripe, I have it going in a couple different directions as well. And then when I punched the hearts, I turned the paper so I was getting different stripes on the hearts as well. And I added in a cut file from Silhouette, and that's my layout. Thanks for watching.